Hello and welcome along to the match as we look ahead to the final game of 2012 for Real Madrid. Los Blancos looking to cap off what's been a memorable year by claiming 3 points at Málaga on Saturday evening. With me to look ahead to the game as ever is Tim Stannard. Tim, welcome along.
Pleasure to be here.
Now, it's actually quite a tricky game for Real Madrid to end the year on, isn't it?
This is a very tricky game, but it's for the neutral, this is an absolutely fantastic match. Third against fourth, last game of 2012 away from home. A game that Real Madrid really want to win after a disappointing result at Espanyol. A good test for Malaga. There's so many things thrown into it. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yes, you and me both. We'll look ahead to that game in just a moment. But first, let's reflect on the big news of the week, the Champions League draw, which has pitted Real Madrid against English giants Manchester United. What a draw.
Really exciting draw, and I was watching with some Real Madrid fans, and Schalke came up quite early in the draw, and it was like, oh, because they really wanted Schalke. Then Bayern Munich came up a bit later, like, okay, we'll take the two there. Also, Juventus came up, thought, okay, we lose one of the ones we don't want to play, but we also lost the one we do want to play. And then it became clear as Bayern went down to Arsenal that it was Manchester United, and out of the five, if you ranked them, that's probably number 3. So I think if you offered Manchester United before the draw took place, they'd take it. It's people are saying, oh, who's going to win it? It's very hard to say, I think, in the middle of December, when you've got the winter break to come, when you've got 2 months still. 2 weeks is a long time in football, never mind 2 months, so we don't know what the form is going to be like of the two teams. But if we look at the most recent match some 10 years ago, 6-5 on aggregate, I think we're going to see something very similar. I think we're just going to see one where maybe defences aren't on top, but we're going to see a spectacular performance.
Should be goals at either end, I think it's fair to say. Some of the other ties here, an attractive one between Shakhtar and Borussia Dortmund, that should be good. Two massive names in European football, Milan and Barcelona going head-to-head. Arsenal have got Bayern Munich, the side that Real Madrid really wanted to avoid. So plenty of huge ties there.
Well, there's some fantastic ones, especially Arsenal-Bayern. I think that's going to be an entertaining, attractive game. I'll tell you what, though, Milan-Barca, yeah, that's going to get some headlines, but Shakhtar-Borussia, perhaps for the purists. I'm really looking forward to seeing that one, seeing Borussia against Shakhtar, which a lot of people are tipping as dark horses to get all the way through to the final. I fancy Malaga to get through. I think that's a nice draw for them against Porto.
Yeah,
not too far travelling either.
No, that's true. That's also important at this stage of the competition. Right, let's talk a little bit about Real Madrid's last game of 2012 at Malaga. And I guess 3 points, very important for Real Madrid, but almost more important is the performance.
Yes, but, well, the 3 points as equal, I'd say. I think, as they say in Spain, this is a final, which is what they use for a very important match. You sometimes have them saying that with 25 games to go. Basically, I'd imagine 2 scenarios. If Real Madrid go into it not having picked up the 3 points, having lost, the winter break becomes very difficult indeed and becomes a long time. However, if they do a really stunning performance, and I think their performance last year against Malaga down there south was one of the best of the season for the side. If they can do that, then spirits are lifted a bit and they bounce back a little bit from the Espanyol game. And yeah, there's a lot more more animation, to use a bit of Spanglish there, from the supporters and from the players. And they're going to be due back around about the 28th, 29th of December, and this winter break perhaps is coming at a good time for Real Madrid. They do need a reboot, they do need a bit of a refocus and get some players back from injury if they can. Players like Marcelo, players like Gonzalo Higuain, and just kind of have a rethink about how to remount a challenge on Barcelona at the top of the table. I know Jose Mourinho said it's practically impossible. However, I disagree. Football, you never know what can happen. This is why we keep watching. It just takes a little wobble from Barcelona over, let's face it, the course of 5 months. And Real Madrid can be back in there. Very difficult, not practically impossible, though.
That's what we like. Tim Stannard being very positive indeed, and optimistic. Let's see who Tim thinks is going to start for Real Madrid at Malaga on Saturday evening in Andalusia. And just talk us through your starting lineup. Yeah,
well, Varane has dropped out of the squad. I think otherwise he would have come in to the defence because of Quentrell's not going to make it. So back for Arbeloa, Pepe, Ramos and Nacho, I think, is who's done fine there. The heavyweight midfielder, Xabi Alonso and Khedira against a very difficult Malaga side. Modric, I think, is going to... I thought he had a good first half against Espanyol. It was taken off. Di Maria, it could be Kai Hon there on the right-hand side, Ronaldo, and Benzema if his ankle is up to it.
OK, so that's who Tim thinks is going to be starting the game against Malaga on Saturday evening. It's an 8 p.m. kickoff Spanish time. Let's hear from one of the players who Tim thinks is going to be involved in that match. Luka Modric has been speaking.
Malaga is a great team, but we are always playing games to win, and it's going to be the same this one. It's going to be a tough match, but I think it's all depend on us. If if we playing like we can, I'm sure we can win that game. Like I said before, if we're playing like we can, I'm sure we can pick up 3 points there. It's gonna be hard match, interesting for neutral, but it's all depend on us, and I'm sure we can pick up 3 points.
Luka Modric fairly confident there, saying that if Real Madrid play like they can, they will pick up 3 points. So that's the big one for us then on Saturday evening. Let's just take a look at some of the other games that are taking place in the Spanish top flight to end the year with. Rayo against Levante has been played on Thursday night. It finished 3-0 to the home side. Espanyol beating Deportivo. Real Sociedad beating Sevilla. Tim, let's get your predictions for the other games. Valencia against Getafe.
Well, for the sake of the president and the coach, I think Valencia need to win that one, and I think they will.
Atletico Madrid hosting Celta.
A fantastic 2012, a victory for Atletico Madrid to end it.
Then on Saturday, Betis hosting Mallorca.
You know what, I'm going to go against the grain on this one. Mallorca haven't won in 13 matches in the Liga and Cup, but they're going to win on Saturday night.
OK, if you say so. Barcelona travelling to Valladolid.
Away win for Barcelona on that one.
Real Madrid travelling to Malaga.
It's going to be an away win for Real Madrid. I'll give you the score in a second.
OK, Granada travelling to Osasuna.
1-0 horrible home win for Osasuna.
And the final match of 2012 in the Spanish top flight, Athletic Bilbao against Zaragoza.
A slightly recovering Athletic Bilbao to beat Zaragoza in that one.
OK, fair enough. So those are the last matches of 2012, of course. We've been actually asking on Twitter what has been your favourite Real Madrid moment of 2012. We had a huge response, people using the hashtag #TheMatch. Let's just read a few. Abu Bakr Rabea said Jose Mourinho's celebration and Madrid's comeback against Manchester City in the Champions League. Mohamed said Ronaldo's winning goal against Barcelona at the Camp Nou. Those were the two really standout responses. Would you go along with that?
Yeah, I'd go with the second one. If you're going to talk about great moments for Real Madrid, you can't have it without Barcelona. The two go together hand in hand. They coexist. They can't exist without each other. So probably that match at the Camp Nou in the league, and when you thought Barcelona were going to get back into it and possibly get back into the title race at that late stage, but Cristiano Ronaldo's goal to sort everything out, that was probably the most defining moment for their year.
And also the calm down celebration. Lots of people enjoying that one as well. Just time then to get Tim's prediction for the game against Malaga on Saturday evening. How do you see this one going?
Well, basically against perhaps one of the best attacks in the Liga, Real Madrid, against the best defence in the league, which Malaga considered just 10. So I think it's going to be a narrow 1-0 win for Real Madrid and Cristiano Ronaldo to score, of course. OK, sounds good to me. That's all we've got time for on this edition of The Match, the final one of 2012. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in 2013. From Tim and myself, it's adios.